Hi everyone, welcome along to today's video. So we did have a look at trying to sort out stopcocks that are jammed and seized up on the handle so you can't turn the water off from inside, which is a very dodgy thing to have if you have an emergency, especially indoors. Now I did that video, which I'll give a link to, and it's all about trying to ease off the tap you've got to try and fix it to get it to move. But some of you said you can't, it's absolutely impossible. Some of you have snapped the handles off already, they're impossible to move, they're too old. And the problem is that you can't actually get the water off outside to even take the top of the tap off and maybe attempt to repair that way. So this is a bit of a fix, I know, and some of you won't even attempt to turn the water off outside, even if it's just your own tap, because you're a bit scared that something might happen and you'd be in trouble. And I guess the water companies don't really like you touching their stopcocks out the front anyway. But a few of you say that, well, one stopcock does about 6 houses up my road. There's no way I can turn that off. And if you did, you would be in trouble with your water company anyway if you did that. So there is a few problems with trying to shut that water off out the front, and I don't blame you. They're getting more insurmountable. One of you said that you've reported your stopcock being broken out there for the last 6 months and no one turns up to fix it. Again, it's another way of today's society, isn't it? Everything's left to boot, and that's the way it is. So what other alternatives have we got to this? Well, there's not many, and I'll show you the couple that I have got, but they all have risk, and they all have determinations on what space you've got really in your cupboard. But let's have a look. The first and cheapest would be this, the freezer kit, where you put a jacket around the pipe and you freeze the water in the pipe. This obviously has its limitations in that, as you can see, that jacket is a good 8 inches to 12 inches maybe long. Some are different, some different sizes, but you've got to have that much room of pipe below your stopcock to get that jacket on. And obviously a lot of you haven't got that room, not that space to do it. And a lot of you are scared that if you did manage to get the jacket on, you did freeze the pipe, that it would unfreeze before you had time to do anything. And I'm talking about maybe just cutting the old stopcock out of it and putting a valve above the stopcock that works. One of those nice full-way lever bore taps if you've got the room. But what's the other alternative? Well, Aladdin do one of these, and it's a Easy Fit Isolator starter pack. It says Easy Fit, but it's a little bit harder than that. You do have to have some semblance of DIY still to fit this. Like say you can do it in 3 minutes, I'm sure you can, but they are a little bit more difficult than they are, and you must be confident to do it. Now obviously you're doing water under live conditions. It's not if you can get the water off if your tap outside doesn't work, which is why you're fitting one of these. If you do have trouble, obviously you are in deep trouble if something goes wrong and you can't get the water off out the front anyway. So this one probably still left to a professional, but in a way you could still get someone around who's on the ball, a plumber probably really, to get it to fit for you if you're unsure of doing it. But a lot of you have managed to do these, and it is a way around it. You do get the full bore lever then, the Easy Fit Isolator. There's only a 2% reduction in flow rate, which is nothing. So these are another idea worth going for. If you can't get that water off outside and your main stop, obviously your original one is absolutely seized up, just leave it where it is and put this above it. Now, if any of you do manage with the freezer kit, okay, you've got room to use it, you want to have a go, they do work, just got to have confidence and be moderately quick fitting the valve above. Leave your old stopcock, and I suggest putting one of these quarter turn lever ball taps. They're full flow, you get a lovely flow and they're very easy to shut on and off. They're the way to go, and because you've got a stopcock underneath, that actually acts as a kind of non-return valve, so you can safely put one of these lever type valves above your old stopcock. Again, if you've got room, do bear in mind you need room for the lever to turn, okay, when it's on there, so it's something else to bear in mind. Now, having the lever valves is a great idea if you want to make them smart by addition of a cheap motor. Now, I've got a video on fitting one. We'll go into that and I'll show you fitting it. It's very easy. You can then control your water on and off with the phone app, and it's very simple and easy to do. Here then we have our valve. As you can see, this one was facing horizontal. I've faced it up. It does say it prefers to have it facing upright if possible, but I'm sure it would still work on horizontal and the sideways. I don't see why not. You see our valve, I've fitted the little lever to connect over the handle, and the little back lever's got to have a Jubilee clip through it. It's quite simple. You can see how it's going to go. It's going to go like that and have a Jubilee clip through here clamped to the valve. So it's quite simple. If you've already got one of these on, there's no need to turn the water off or anything, unless you do need to turn the valve in a different position slightly to allow the head to fit. There you are. I've just tightened the Jubilee clip on there. See it clamped on there, it clamped on around the nut there, and we're kind of ready to go now. The two bolts are in position around the lever up there. Can you see that? So it's going to turn that lever. So all that remains now is to download the app, and let's give it a go. Here then is the app. The robotic arm is off. Robotic arm. Okay, so we're going to turn the switch on. You can hear the motor start to go, and you can see it turning off straight away. Well, turning on, sorry. And that is now on. Down here, well, I haven't added any times yet, but as you can see, you can add all the times of on and off, repeat, and all the kind of things you need. Notification that it's switched, and on, off, and so on, and notes. So this is really kind of exactly what I want to control that outside tap for me. You also have one here, a very useful one for remaining time. Another handy one which I like. And finally, as you can see, if you've got Alexa, you can set this up to control it with Alexa. I've got Google Assistant, so I'm going to set it up with my Google Assistant, so I can just tell it to turn the valve on and off as I need it. So all round, don't know what it's going to be like in the long term, but it seems quite a nice idea. But anyway, worth a look at. All you have to make sure is you've got room for the motor to fit on the top. So it's another thing to bear in mind if you're fitting one of those valves. If you can make sure the lever's got enough clearance room, then you can fit a motor on top of it as well to make it a smart operating valve to turn your water on. Other than that, really, there's not much other options we can do except wait for that water company maybe to eventually come and do that valve out the front if it is broken. But if yours feeds a street full of people or a block of flats, there's no way you can ever turn that water off out the front. Okay, so that's your options, and that's about it. If you know of any others, please let me know. That'd be great to hear from you. All my stuff, usual place, Derek and 33. Thanks so much, guys. Bye bye.